Hey, welcome to Win in Life and Business. Welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm a business coach. I've been coaching people in their businesses for, let's see here, decades. Let's just go with that, decades. My name is Becky Branton Greenman, and I am not only a business coach, but I also am the founder of Women Helping Women Win, the networking organization for professional business women. And this month, my YouTube video is on time management, but it's a little bit about your why. What's your passion? Now, I'm asked a lot why I started business coaching and where I came from, and I have a fabulous background with a fantastic direct sales company, and that really helped my passion with wanting to help other people succeed in their industries, no matter what industry that was. And I had left that industry and started pursuing business coaching full time, and I have absolutely no regrets. But the reason why I did that is because it really truly went into my mission statement that I built for myself and created for myself back in 2002. And that mission statement is to impact people, helping others get what they want, what they need out of their life, spiritually, personally, professionally, helping people and knowing that I made a difference, and to hear my Lord and Savior say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." That is my mission statement. It has been my mission statement since 2002. Every year I build a vision board. Have you built your vision board? Because it's March, you guys. You have to make sure you have your vision board. Where are you going? And what do you need to get done to get there? We all have to have a goal, and you probably set those New Year's resolutions. Maybe it was to lose weight or eat healthy or cut sugar or cut your carbs or yada, yada, yada. And here it is, March 6th, and you're thinking, I'm doing pretty good, I'm being successful at it, or you know what, I did good for about 6 days, and now it's March 6th, and I need to start over. I look at the beginning of every quarter, and March is a brand new quarter for me. I look at the beginning of every quarter as a Control-Alt-Delete moment. I even have the words Control-Alt-Delete on my bookshelf back here. I look at the end of March as my Control-Alt-Delete moment. So rather than finishing up at the end of March, why don't you take a look right now at your Control-Alt-Delete moment and know, what do you need to do to make that vision board that you created at the beginning of the year, or make those goals that you set at the beginning of the year come true. Don't wait until October 31st and say, oh my gosh, I got to get my crap together and I got to get moving on this. Instead, it's March 6th, people. What can you do right now for yourself, for your personal goals, your professional goals? What can you do right now to change your mindset to help you create a successful year? We've got 9 more months, you guys, to finish and accomplish those goals. And a lot can happen in 9 months. So just go ahead. I dare you. Hit the reset button on your own personal and professional life. What can you do? Now, of course, you set those vision goals, you set those missions, you set those passions, you have a vision now. Now what do you got to do on a daily basis? You know, a lot of times I think the one thing that we struggle with the most is time management, especially if you're a female. You know what? We're moms, we're wives, we're taxi cab drivers, we're changing dirty diapers, we're helping children when they vomit. We have to take off work when the kiddos are sick. And you know what? Dads have to do the same thing too. Here's the deal, you guys. We have to have great time management. That is so important, so that way we can know that when we have those hiccups of the day, we can continue going forward. For example, today we had a 2-hour delay because school was delayed because we had a snowstorm. Welcome to Wisconsin. It happens. Do I just keep my pajamas on all day and say, well, you know what? Didn't go as planned. Screw it. I'm going to just eat chocolate ice cream all day and sit on the couch and watch soaps? No. In fact, I got up and I started my regular routine. All right. Now, maybe I was a little bit delayed because I had a 2-hour delay. That means the kids have a 2-hour delay. But bottom line, we went on. What are some of the things that I could accomplish during that 2-hour delay while they were watching cartoons or they were eating dinner? What are some of those things that I had on my list of things to do that I could possibly accomplish 1 or 2 things while we were waiting, for that bus stop? And those are the things that we need to think about. What can I move on my agenda up to that 2-hour delay that may not take a lot of time away from my kiddos, but yet also be diligent in getting things done, because it's Tuesday and it's a day of work for me. And I want to make sure that I'm diligent with my time, because if I wasn't diligent with my time, how in the heck would I be a good business coach to you? Furthermore, if you're not diligent with your time, what are you teaching your kiddos? Are you teaching your kiddos that you can just sit back, relax, and watch Netflix for 2 hours because you didn't have to work? Are you teaching your kiddos that you really have a job, or mom just sits on the couch all day? What vision are you projecting as well? And that's going to set the tune for their drive as well. That's going to set the drive motivation factor for them, because they see mom or dad going out there and getting things done. You should be doing the same thing, right? Because they want to see you focused and you on track and you succeed, and you want to see that of them too, right? I mean, they're your kids. You know, we all want our kids to grow up to be doctors and lawyers and scientists, so that way they can, pay for our houses and things like that, right? Or we can retire early. I don't know about you, but, those are great dreams, I think. Bottom line is we have to have good time management no matter what, and be ready to roll with the punches, right? We all have hills and valleys. We all get thrown daggers. It's like dodgeball. Sometimes we got to dodge everything that's coming at us, and we all get those things that happen on a daily basis. How are you equipped to handle those squirrels that decide to meander through your office or through your life on a daily basis? How are you equipped to handle that? Are you ready to go under, around, over, and through? Are you ready to play dodgeball at some of those things? Were you ready if you had a 2-hour delay this morning? Were you ready for it? Were you prepared for that dodgeball? Because that's truly what it is. It's a dodgeball, and you got to realize how you're going to dodge through it, over, around, under, and through, and throw that ball back and get ready to go. Time management. Some of the things that we need to do is we need to make a list every single night before we go to bed. I think this is my number one tip to you today, is to make a list of everything you need to do before you go to bed. Now, be careful, because you could have a list of about 36 things, which honestly, how attainable is that? It's probably not very attainable. I'm not really sure. Hi, Jeffrey. I'm not really sure how attainable 36 things are in a day, specifically like today when I got thrown that dodgeball of 2-hour delay. Am I going to get 36 things done? You know what? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't get 36 things done in one day, period. No. So my suggestion to you folks is to start with a 6 list. That was something I was taught years ago. Start with 6 things. The 6 things that you need to, like, no matter what, those 6 things need to be accomplished. And once you start with that 6 and you're successful with it for 21 days, because 21 days forms a habit. When you're successful with that list for 21 days, now you can move it up to 8, 10, 12, etc. You can keep going with that list. But I wouldn't have more than 12 or 16 things on your list at a time, because again, you're going to get thrown curveballs all day long. The phone is going to ring. Heck, my phone could ring right now while I'm doing this video. You know what? Does that mean, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't on my schedule, that wasn't on my list of things to do, was answer the phone at exactly 12:38, so I'm not going to do it, even though it's a client? Of course not. I hope you would never do that. But rather, you know what? I answer it, and I allow for interruptions during the day. I allow for those time catchers. I allow for those dodgeballs to come at me, because I know that I have a list of things that need to be accomplished. When it also, number 2, when it also comes to your time management and you're talking about your 6 list, make sure you do the things that you absolutely dread doing the most first. And the reason why is because it's always harder to eat that frog, right? It's always harder to grab those things that you don't want to do. And what happens is you'll accomplish all 5 and you go, psh, I'm a rock star, I accomplished 5, so I'm just going to move this one that I don't want to do to the next day. How many of you do that, right? Guilty? Guilty? So you move it to the next day, and then all of a sudden, it moves to the next day. And then it moves to the next day, and the next day, and then finally it's Friday and you're like, oh, I don't want to do that right now, so I'm just not going to do that, so therefore I'm just going to move it on to the next week. And then it just keeps going and going and going to the point where you're like, you know what, I don't even want to do it anymore. I'm just not going to do it. It's too late. It doesn't do it at any point. And now you feel like a giant L on your forehead. That's the problem. So in this video that I'm doing today, I want you guys to know to do your 6 list on a daily basis. Do it at night. And the reason why I say do it at night before you go to bed is because it clears your conscience. It clears your conscience, and now you sleep better. How many of you have woke up in the middle of the night and you've like, oh my gosh, I can't forget that, I can't forget that, I can't forget that, I can't forget that. 3 hours later, you finally fall asleep, and then you wake up and you're like, darn it, what was it that I couldn't forget? Now you're completely frustrated. Make your 6 list every single night before you go to bed. Number 2, eat that frog. And that's a book. I'm not just saying eat a frog because, you know, some of you may like frog legs, but I'm just saying that's a book. Go out and get it. It's a good book. Do the hardest task right away on your 6 list, and you will feel like a rock star for the rest of the day. Start with 6, and you can move up to 8, 10, and 12, and then just cross those things off your list, and you will feel like a rock star, ready to dodge those dodgeballs and any type of other obstacle that comes your way. Make sure you have your mission and your vision and your dream board, and good luck. Happy March, you guys. Bye.